Yes, well, I come from an old conservative Vermont family who have always believed that women's place is in the stove. Number one...
We're brought to you tonight by Winston Filter Cigarettes. Panel, I'm sure you're anxious to know what's ahead, so please open that envelope, if you will, and follow along with me on this first one. I, Oriana Fallaci, am an Italian journalist and writer. 3 years ago, I embarked on a 35,000-mile trip to learn as much as I could about the status of women all over the world. Among the discoveries I made were the following. In Pakistan, women don't even possess a last name. In Malaya, women do all the work and run the family. There are more single women in Hawaii than in any other spot on the globe. A Chinese husband can divorce his wife if she talks too much. I have come to the conclusion that what really makes 20th century woman unhappy is her absurd rivalry with men. I have summarized my conclusions about women in a recently published book called The Useless Sex, signed Oriana Fallaci. Three ladies all claim to be, as you heard, Oriana Fallaci, author of a book called The Useless Sex. And we'll start this questioning, if we may, with Tom Poston.
Oh,
Tom?
Thank you, Bud. Number 3, where do you send a Mother's Day gift?
What is a Mother's Day?
Mother's Day is a time that we in this country at least choose to honor our female parents with a little gift. How do you attribute your being here?
You see, first of all, I'm not a mother. And
But
second...
somebody had to be.
Yes, I was born, in fact.
Well, number 2, do you feel that was a useless endeavor on your mother's part?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Number 1, what do you think of men, generally? Are they more useful or less?
Well, they consider themselves more useful. I just believe that it's time they have to prove it.
Time? Okay. I'll see you after.
Thank you. Number 3, how can you say they're useless when in Malaya, the women do all the work and run the family?
Do you consider that useful?
Boy, I sure do. Otherwise, they'd have a dirty house and no family.
I don't agree, sorry.
Number 2, you are a journalist and writer, in fact.
Yes.
Well, number 2, don't you consider yourself in direct rivalry with men?
No, not so.
How come?
Well, very easy, because I don't compete with men, although my job is quite competitive.
But number 1 is, couldn't a man do your job?
Not as I do.
Oh, what could you do? Well, number 3, what is your job like? What do you report on?
On everything except subjects which interest women.
Orson Bean.
Yes, well, I come from an old conservative Vermont family who have always believed that women's place is in the stove. Number 1... I personally do not subscribe to this. Number 1, why is it that when you take a woman out and you go to open the door for her, she races you for the doorknob? Don't you feel there have to be some rules set up about behavior between the sexes?
Definitely, I agree.
And what do you think they should be?
I definitely think she should wait. It is her right to wait, to have a man open the door.
But does not this imply that she is inferior, therefore to be taken care of?
No, I don't think that implies that at all.
All right. Number 3, you say that women are made miserable by this rivalry. It don't make us feel too good either. What can we do about it?
You asking me?
Yes, I mean number 2, I'm sorry.
Will you repeat the question? I was not...
No, I don't think I can.
Yeah, but it's a good question.
I'm confused, number 3, about the fact that you say that women are useless, and at the same time you feel that they should not compete with men in their own work. What should they do?
You know, I'm very modest. That's the reason why I consider them useless. I think that they should do even less.
Ah, you mean even less in terms of work?
Of everything.
Oh, marvelous. I'm for that. Number 2, what is a yashmak?
Oh, it's a veil that is used in India.
Thank you. Number 1, who was the... Oh,
That's
no.
all the time we have, I'm sorry to say, but it is time for you now to mark your ballots without consultation, please. Simply vote now for the one you think is the real one. voting for number 1, number 2, or number 3. Our team of challengers will, of course, get the customary $250 for every incorrect vote. Are all ballots marked? They are. Very well. Tom, start us off. For whom did you vote?
I voted for number 1, Bud. I think that of the 3 ladies up there, if they'd had a chance to answer Orson's question, she would have answered it the best.
Peggy Cass, which one do you think is the real one?
Well, I love to have people take care of me. I voted for number 1, though, because I'm crazy about her suit, and it looks as though it must have come from Italy.
Orson.
Well, I think that the title is not meant to be taken seriously, the useless sex, probably, and that's where we get thrown off a little. I voted for number 3 because the name Oriana Fallaci is a real Italian name, and she was a real Italian lady and could write a book like that in Italian, which would then be translated by... I'm sorry,
Kitty Carlisle.
I voted for number 2. I don't think anyone who is a busy journalist would say that women should do less and less. And I agree with you, we didn't get the philosophy of the book straightened out.
No, but did you notice there's a tremendous hostility in our audience this evening? I think we better straighten it out right away.
I voted for number 2.
Very well. It's widely split, then. That means that there were 2 for number 1, 1 for number 2, and 1 for number 3. Let's find out immediately which one of these ladies, in truth, is the author of a book called The Useless Sex. Will the real Oriana Fallaci please stand up? Well, you see, you fooled them pretty well. Thank you very much, Miss Fallaci. Thank you. You may be seated, if you will, while I find out about your 2 partners in crime here. Number 1, what is your real name and what do you really do?
My name is Louisa Moffett, and I'm just a housewife from New York City.
Don't say just a housewife. And she's about her suit is from Italy. Number 2, what is your real name and what do you do?
My name is Karina Lovett, and I'm a sales consultant for a reducing machine called Relaxerciser.
Well, ladies, you should be very happy tonight because you reduced the budget as far as the panel is concerned anyway. You nipped it for 3 incorrect votes, and that's 3 times $250 or $750 you get to divide. And we hope it brings you great joy. You brought that to us, and we're grateful to you for that. Good night, and God bless you.